Anti-science aggression has now become a major killing force globally.
Why do people deny science?
People don't know what science is or how and why it works.
We own the science and we think that the world, should know it.
During the COVID pandemic in the United States, 200,000 Americans needlessly lost their lives because they refused the COVID vaccine, even after vaccines became widely available.
The answers we get is because they say so without a lot of...
Well, they're the experts. It's not just they. These are scientists. These are experts.
It's a killing force.
People are indicting the entire scientific community.
We have to really move at the speed of science.
Anti-science now kills more people than things like gun violence, global terrorism, nuclear proliferation, or cyber attacks.
This is fast-moving science.
And now it's become a political movement.
There are people who are sowing doubt in places where there's no need to do so.
In the US, it's linked to far extremism on the far right, same in Germany. So this is a new face of anti-science aggression.
The attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Shut up, science bitch.
It's a direct threat to human civilization. I believe it to be the #1 problem in the world facing humanity.
You fucked up. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
First big project, successful project of modern science was mapping the world, and it was obvious to everybody that it's not being done out of sheer curiosity. It's being done in order to control and to conquer.
I like to be an explorer, like the great Magellan.
Oh, you're too late. There's really nothing left to explore.
Mapping the world was the first step to conquering it.
The magisterium is what people need. Keep things working by telling people what to do. Some people know what's best for them, and some people don't. Besides, they don't tell people what to do in a mean, petty way. They tell them what to do in a kindly way to keep them out of danger.
The bad news is that in every single country they were polling, the majority of people trusted that elite less. So
we try to map the brain not out of sheer curiosity, but because we want to control it. We want to conquer it. 500 years of modern science, it was much more about gaining control than about anything else. Control over diseases, over the human body, over the environment is mainly about gaining power over the world.
Infinite universe, cold and dark, inconceivably vast, without beginning, without end. Across this cosmic void, trillions of island universes move. In one of these, the Milky Way, our sun is but a tiny star among 300 billion other stars or suns.
The strong will try to conquer you. That is what you must expect.
Let us follow the story of our own Earth from its misty beginning.
Unless you use your intellect.
Carbon, first link in the chain of living things, chain of living things. The carbon atom is unique, for it alone combines with itself and other elements in millions of intricate structures to form the complex molecules of organic compound.
This equation has 4 factors. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to 0. So we have to go from rapidly rising to falling and falling all the way to 0.
Carbon, first link in the chain of living things.
This is something
that has to get to 0. There is no such thing as not moving. There is no up or down.
Sudden adult death syndrome is not linked to vaccines, nor is SADS a new condition.
There's always been transgender children.
Hi kids, the young kids.
Are you a boy? Are you a girl?
There is no such thing.
The answer requires a discussion of genetics and neurochemistry.
You're not a biologist.
I'm very passionate about public science literacy and science denial.
YouTube's credit, they have, I think 2019, they started tinkering with the algorithm to delist flat Earth videos, they realized we've got a real problem here. And
So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube. We are already sufficiently motivated to invest the necessary resources and people in addressing this threat.
BS about the Earth being flat is getting out of control. Can you please help it?
Neil deGrasse Tyson won't debate with these people.
That is something that should not be debated. Does not belong in front of an audience getting debated.
He won't, right? And I was disappointed when I heard that Neil deGrasse Tyson wouldn't.
And they start going down a list. And, I'm time to go to dinner, I don't have the energy to fight all of that.
Right,
But I just teach people sort of how to think. The task is to get people thinking straight in the first place. Train your mind.
Other applications for this kind of epigenetic technology other than anti-aging? This isn't new technology, as you mentioned. This is just a new application.
Yeah, the mRNA vaccines are an example for that cell and gene therapy. I always like to say, if we had surveyed 2 years ago in the public, would you be willing to take gene or cell therapy and inject it into your body, we would have probably had a 95% refusal rate.
You're editing your genes. I mean, that's probably going to be a big concern for a lot of people.
We've now essentially clinically tested the vaccine on billions of people worldwide.
If you take a genetic editing, it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. It's you who are changed. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity.
When you began to do that kind of gene editing, some people worry that
you are changing what it means to be human. Yeah, of course. Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Editing your genes, I mean, that's probably going to be a big concern for a lot of people.
It's still so new that we really don't know yet.
I think this pandemic had opened many people's eyes.
Billions of people worldwide.
To innovation in the way that was maybe not possible before.
4 months into the vaccination effort, providers are beginning to run out of people who want to be immunized.
Anti-science aggression
has now become a major killing force globally.